Jason, you must be disappointed to lose out on penalties in the Kent Senior Cup semi-final.
Yeah, for us, our targets was trying to win all the competitions we was in, and in the last 3 weeks we've ended up being out of 2 of the 4. But obviously when it comes to penalties, it's obviously a bit more. I said to the boys in the game, I said it's more of the luck of the draw really. You win it, you lose it. But I just said to them, like, overall, I said over the 90 minutes I thought that we played well enough to win it within the 90 minutes, and it was just about how we played the game, because it was a different opposition to what we're used to playing. I said it's about now going from that development bubble, now playing against men in a competitive competition of terms of we have to do things differently, and I think that we did in and out of possession. I think we competed well, I think we were aggressive when we needed to be, and it's just one of those ones where we just didn't capitalise on our chances that we should have done during the game. But it's just trying to get them picked up, because it's still a defeat regardless of how it is. But I just reiterated in terms of, look, we've set out for 4, now we've got 2 left, and make sure now we go and win those 2 trophies in the league and the national championships.
It's also a competition you got to the final of over the last couple of years, and it is good experience for the youngsters to play up against senior squads.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we love entering it, because like I said, we're used to our development bubble, but it's coming out of that, and like I put it to the boys, it's the real world playing against men. That is the world you're in now. But we like it because we get them exposed to that level of football. We play a few non-league teams in pre-season as that sort of exposure to what the season's going to be ahead. But I said, it's for us. We like to get ourselves in that competition for the purposes of giving them first team exposure.
And the disappointment of the penalty shootout, again, this is something that as an experience they can take forward into their senior careers.
Yeah, of course. Regardless of a penalty shootout, if it's a Kent Senior Cup level or a first team level in any competition, it is still being able to deal with that little bit of pressure of putting the ball down and scoring from 12 yards. And before we went up, I just said to him, look, I said, regardless of how many people are here, I said, block all that out. I said, in your walk up, you visualise where you want to go, and you don't change your mind. Whatever the goalkeeper's doing, he's there to do that, to put you off. Try and play the mind game. Said, but you visualise from your walk up where you want to put that ball, and it weren't the places where you want it to go. So maybe that advice didn't work. But no, it's an experience that they have to take on board moving forward.
Seen players like Brandon and Carlin who've already had taste of first team action. That must give so much enthusiasm to the others who haven't had that taste yet. But they must think, Charlton's the sort of club where you will get your chance when you're ready. Yeah,
they all know that, and what makes it even better for the boys is having the manager here and seeing him play and compete against men. Because I said that's the level they're at men's football. And he came in at half time. He said he was proud of what he saw, what their boys were doing, and just gave a few little pointers in terms of how we could be better. And I think we showed that in patches of the game. But they all know that if they do the right things, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, they can get an opportunity at our club.
Do you think with the first team season sort of coming to a close now, do you think any of these guys will get a chance before the end of the year?
I haven't really thought about it that way. I mean, that's a decision for the manager. If it's a case of where we're safe and he feels that that's a way of giving them that exposure at first team football, great. But I think at the moment it's down to the boys to sort of try and concentrate, doing what we need to do now to finish our season. And if some of the boys get a call up to the first team by the end of the season, then great, and that's a bonus and credit to them.
23s always seem to be going for the title every year, and obviously this year's no exception. What do you think it is about our academy that makes it so successful?
Because we make our groups competitive, and we make them in a position where we expect them to win games, because that's what's needed at first team level. You get the to and fro-in of development or winning games, and we do both, because we want to win what we enter, and development comes a part of that. We're developing players to get better, knowing and how to win games of football. So it works hand in hand, but it is something which we set out to do. We want to try and win everything that we enter. And even in the change room there, I said, look, we've still got the opportunity for 2 more trophies of what we set out. And I said, even with the under 18s sitting there, they're still on course for 2 more. So I said, there's going to be some boys that'll be finishing the season with 4 trophies, and I said that's still got to be the target for everyone in the change room.
And you won't find it difficult to pick them up for the rest of the season after the disappointment of tonight?
No, because the boys said it themselves. I said, look, we entered 4, we've got 2 left. I said, what do we need to do now? And they responded by saying, we have to respond and go and win the league.